Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 16, written by user PurpleLily18, is a story about her niece, so young, being diagnosed with a tumor on her pineal gland. This is sad, but her abilities, on the other hand, were truly remarkable. This is my first post to Reddit, so please be kind. It's a sensitive subject for me. I thought this story might interest some of you, since I'm still blown away by the details. My niece was diagnosed with a tumor of the pineal gland at the age of 3. As you can imagine, this was heartbreaking, and it rocked my family's world apart. But I want to share some of the unique details of her story. Keep in mind the pineal gland is also known as the third eye. When my niece was just 5 months old, I moved in with my sister. Right before her diagnosis, at 3 years old, we noticed crazy things happening. For almost a year prior, we tried to find out what was wrong with my niece. Many symptoms just did not seem right until eventually they all boiled over. Before we got to that point, some very unique things happened. First, we were getting ready to go to a family event for the day. My niece was extremely sick, which wasn't unusual, nauseous and lethargic. It was around this time we began to realize that something was wrong with her. As we were loading up the car, my sister was in the driver's seat, and I was helping my niece buckle up in the back seat. I buckled her, then went to close the door, and as I did, I heard a voice say very loudly, "Don't take her, she's too sick." At that time, we all three said, "What did you say?" My sister and I heard the same thing, and we thought that each other had said it. We pulled away, not knowing what to think. She fell asleep through most of that day. This was the first time our parents mentioned that something must be very wrong with her, as a 3-year-old will not sleep most of the day while around family and friends. Within that same week, my sister was in the shower and began angrily yelling my name and asking me, "Why would you say that?" I told her I was in the living room and didn't say or hear anything. She told me she heard a voice say 3 times, "Your child is going to die." Fast forward a few days at bedtime. My niece starts crying on multiple occasions and tells us she doesn't want to die. We had no idea where she got this from or why she was saying this, but it was enough to freak us out. The next 2 weeks were a rapid blur, and finally, we got a shocking diagnosis. At this time and the following 2 relapses, she would present psychic tendencies. We always knew the cancer was back because of this. She would tell us who was calling. She would tell me "Mommy's home" before she pulled in the driveway. She knew of an extended family member's cancer diagnosis even before she shared the news with us. She also piped up one day in the car as I discussed the lack of a Dunkin' Donuts on the way to my night classes. She said, "Have you tried the intersection of blank and blank road?" When I asked her where she got that from, she just said, "I don't know, I heard it in my head." Sure enough, there was a Dunkin' Donuts exactly where she said it would be. Another time at a family function, she walked around singing "Happy Birthday," and we all laughed thinking what a happy 4-year-old she was. I kept telling her we're just having a barbecue, there was no birthday. Then my mom announced later that it just so happened to be my deceased grandmother's birthday. One of the last premonitions, for lack of a better word, that we shared was her telling me that I would have baby girls, but that she wouldn't be here to see them. She was right. I had 3, and she is their guardian angel. There were many other religious or spiritual things she told me, and I feel blessed that, through her, I was able to get a glimpse of heaven. She was a wonderful girl who loved God. My sister was 25 when she had her, and I was 21. We were not living a spiritual life, you could say, but this child requested that we read her the Bible at the age of 3. She was something special. And I've been told she now acts as a greeter of heaven, and she's very busy. Thank you so much for listening. Case notes, file number 16. Wow, that was a hard one to narrate. Very emotional. Your niece was a unique soul, I'm just so sorry to hear about her passing so young. It's just heart-wrenching. But she left a remarkable impression in your heart, and now, because you shared the story with us, in our hearts too. So I'm wondering about her ability. I've heard about brain tumors causing extraordinary premonition powers, but it's rarely so clear and precise as your niece was able to present. She also seemed extremely smart for her age, as per your example, clearly understanding you were searching for a Dunkin' Donuts and then directing you to the proper area to find one. Or is it that the pineal gland controls access to the universe's, let's say its code, allowing for absorption of information that seems practically mystical in ability? That could be the case, and it would kind of fit the theme going here. I just want to offer my condolences again for your loss. Thanks for sharing her story with us. And that concludes tonight's case file. I upload Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. EST, with new case files all the time. I'll see you there.